Hey everybody, I know I didn't have anything up for you on Tuesday. I am so sorry. I've just been so crazy busy with work. It's November. This is November, December kind of busy season for court, for like depositions and things, because everyone's trying to get things done before the end of the year. So we're on a 3-week trial docket with one of my judges that I like to work for. So we have trials going on, depositions, lots of like just stupid crap for law going on over the next 2 months, and I just needed a break. I've been at my computer doing transcripts for like 3 days straight. So in between going back and forth like to work, so I just needed a break. This is why I stopped working full time, because I didn't want to do this, but it's just that time of the year where everything is going on at once. So I'm so sorry for not having anything up on Tuesday, and for like last week I had like 2 videos up the whole week. Hopefully it's a little more manageable. I called in the relief pitcher, so hopefully she can handle a couple of things over the next week or so, just to get me back on track. So I'm gonna have 2 videos up today. Episode 5, which I started to edit and I had to just get away from the computer. I'm gonna have this episode up on Friday, and hopefully I'll get back on track with filming at least 1 a day. So that's all for the update. Let's see, last episode, what was it, first of his name, Tommen, I know his name now, he was coronated as king. We had a good Cersei episode with her talking to Marjorie, and guess setting up the marriage between Marjorie and Tommen. She talked about Joffrey a little bit, where she said the things that he did shocked me, and she's not easily shocked. So that happened, and then later on she was talking to Oberyn, Prince Oberyn, about Marcella. It didn't even dawn on me that he was the last one. He's there, but he's seen her daughter recently before he came. Like, she's with his family. Cersei sent a boat over to her for her birthday or name day or whatever. Yeah, it was a good, nice, calm Cersei episode. I still don't like her. I don't trust her. She's still very mad. Dany decided she's going to hold off on going over to Westeros, which I completely agree with. She needs to take some time to figure out what she's doing. She can't just keep going places and freeing people and leaving. She has to get control over the situation before she does anything else. So that's a thing. Baelish and Lysa were the ones who poisoned Lord Aaron, her husband. What? You know, I feel like I was getting a good handle on things, and then they backtrack and be like, oh yeah, by the way, what? You know, George R.R. Martin, I like him. I like the way his mind works. He started off the story with him dying. We go through, what is this? How long now? I don't know how long it is in the books, but thinking that maybe Cersei or maybe Jaime poisoned him, one of them, because he kind of found out about, you know, the kids, thinking maybe they did it, or not really sure. And lo and behold, it's Lord Baelish and his wife. Like, oh, and she is just so cringeworthy at every turn. It's just, and so Sansa, they want Sansa to marry that little Robin? No, that ain't happening. That's not happening. She just got out of a situation. Granted, it was with Tyrion, and it kept her safe, but that wasn't ideal for her either, for either of them. And now she's supposed to marry her cousin? I'm done. Like, the marriage in this, like, this show is just insane. I like it. I like how they work. Their mind is just as crazy as mine. I was talking to David about it, and he was like, yeah, they're pretty messy. He's like, this is why you like it, because you are messed up like that too. This is just a side note. I started writing my book summer last year, and the first scene I wrote is a very intense scene in which one of the favorite characters gets killed, and I created this character just so you could like the character, so I could kill them and make you mad. And so Dave was like, yeah, they write just like you do. You're crazy. Alright, let's watch episode 6, The Laws of Gods and Men.
What can we do for you, Lord Stannis?
This is Stannis of the House Baratheon, King of the Andals and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm.
Okay.
Across the narrow sea, your books are filled with words like usurper and madman and blood right. Here, our books are filled with numbers. We prefer the stories they tell. More plain. Less open to interpretation. I'm afraid we must respectfully decline your request. But we thank you for paying us the honor of your visit.
Dang, they brutal. You could have sent me a flyer or whatever.
This is the payment that was demanded by King Stannis for my crimes. I consider it an honest accounting. He's an honest man, and he's your best chance to get back the money you've sunk into Westeros. Which is a lot, I imagine. Wars are expensive.
The war is over.
As long as Stannis lives, the war is not over. No time, I'm afraid. We sail at sunrise. We. You, me, we.
Once I thought this man loved me. Now I know he despises me.
He wants to see me die, poor and alone on some wall.
You won't be alone, and you won't be poor. There's a chest of the good stuff left back at your house. I gave it to your wife.
On the first night of the full moon, I will hunt down every islander still on our lands and flay them living. The way I flayed the 20 ironborn scum I found at Winterfell. As long as they can hurt our prince with impunity, the word ironborn means nothing. Theon Greyjoy.
I don't know.
I'm here for Theon Greyjoy. Take me to the dungeons.
He's not in the dungeons.
They keep him with the dogs.
We're going home.
You can't trick me. Tell him you couldn't trick me.
I'm not tricking you, Theon. I'm saving you.
Theon. Reek, here, Reek.
This is turning into a lovely evening.
Give me my brother, and no more of your men will die.
You've got bigger balls than he ever did. But with those big balls of yours, how fast can you run?
Your brother!
My brother's dead.
I have a treat for you. A reward.
Reward.
It's a bath. For you. Remove those rags. Because I need you to do something for me. Something very important. There's a castle, you see. Some bad men hold this castle. I need your help to take this castle back.
But how can it?
I need you to play a role. To pretend to be someone you're not.
Pretend to be who?
Theon Greyjoy.
Shit, they're big. Is that Drogon? Damn.
It was your dragons, he says. They came this morning for his flock. He hopes he has not offended your grace, but now he has nothing.
Tell this man I am sorry for his hardship. I cannot bring back his goats, but I will see he has paid their value 3 times over.
Grimoire. 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 Grimoire.
I want this pyramid.
J'irai aide à ces Queen Daenerys, tales of your beauty were not exaggerated.
I thank you.
Mine is one of the oldest
She's
and
like,
proudest families
what?
in Meereen.
Then it is my honor to receive you.
My father, one of Meereen's most respected and beloved citizens, oversaw the restoration and maintenance of its greatest landmarks, this pyramid included.
For that, he has my gratitude. I should be honored to meet him.
You have, Your Grace. You crucified him. I pray you'll never live to see a member of your family treated so cruelly.
Your father crucified innocent children.
My father spoke out against crucifying those children. He decried it as a criminal act, but was overruled. What's done is done. You are the queen, and I am a servant of Meereen. The tradition of funeral rite, proper burial in the Temple of the Graces. My father and 162 noble Meereenese are still nailed to those posts, carrion for vultures, rotting in the sun. Your Grace, I ask that you order these men taken down so that they might receive proper burials.
And what of the slave children these noble Meereenese crucified? They were rotting in the sun as well. Would you have begged me for their right to a proper burial?
Your Grace, I cannot defend the actions of the Masters. I can only speak to you as a son who loved his father. Let me take his body down.
Bury your father.
Thank you, my queen.
How many more?
There are 212 supplicants waiting, Your Grace.
212.
So what happens when you rule. That's why you need a hand.
My birds tell me the hound slaughtered 5 of our soldiers. I believe the phrase, "fuck the king," was uttered. More whispers from the east, my lord.
The Targaryen girl.
Daenerys has taken up residence in Meereen. She has conquered the city and rules as its queen.
Conquered with what?
She commands an army of Unsullied, my queen, some 8,000 strong. She has a company of sellswords, the Second Sons. She has 2 knights advising her, Jorah Mormont and Barristan Selmy. And she has 3 dragons.
Baby dragons.
Larger every year.
Mormont is spying on her for us.
No longer. He appears to be fully devoted to her. As for Sir Barristan, it would seem he took his dismissal from the King's Guard a bit harder than anticipated. A child with 2 seasoned warriors counseling her, and a powerful army at her back, Your Grace.
But Varys is right. I have been to Essos and seen the Unsullied firsthand. They are very impressive on the battlefield.
She must be dealt with.
Did you kill King Joffrey?
No,
Did your wife, the Lady Sansa?
not that I know of.
How would you say he died, then?
Choked on his pigeon pie.
So you would blame the bakers?
All the pigeons, just leave me out of it.
You will not speak unless called upon. Dismissed, Sir Meryn.
I really want him to die a horrible, horrible death.
Tyrion said, "And you will know the debt is paid." What debt?
I discovered he'd been keeping whores in the Tower of the Hand. I asked him to confine his salacious acts to the brothel where such behavior belongs. He wasn't pleased.
You said the histories would never mention me, but you would not forget. Have you forgotten, Lord Varys?
Sadly, my lord, I never forget a thing.
You condemn your own son to death.
I've condemned no one. Trial is not over.
This isn't a trial, it's a farce. Cersei has manipulated everything, and you know it.
I know nothing of the sort. What happens to my dynasty if I spare the life of my grandson's killer?
It survives. Through me. I'll leave the King's Guard. You'll take my place as your son and heir if you let Tyrion live.
Done. When the testimony is concluded and the guilty verdict rendered, Tyrion will be given the chance to speak. He'll plead for mercy. I'll allow him to join the Night's Watch. In 3 days' time, he'll depart for Castle Black and live out his days at the wall. You'll remove your white cloak immediately.
He had that plan the whole time. He had to.
What do you know of this?
I know that he's guilty. He and Sansa planned it together. I want you to fuck me like it's my last night in this world.
Silence! Silence!
And did you?
Did I what?
Fuck him like it was his last night in this world?
He ordered me to call him my lion, so I did. I took his face in my hands and said, I am yours and you are mine.
In every lie, there's some
Shit.
truth.
Please don't.
I am a whore. Remember?
I saved this city and all your worthless lives. I should have let Stannis kill you all.
Tyrion!
I'm guilty of a far more monstrous crime. I'm guilty of being a dwarf.
You're not on trial for being a dwarf.
Oh, yes I am. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. I would gladly give my life to watch you all swallow it.
Sir Meryn! Sir Meryn, escort the prisoner back to his cell.
I will not give my life for Joffrey's murder, and I know I'll get no justice here, so I will let the gods decide my fate. I demand a trial by combat.
Oh, that's it? Well, shit. That could have gone on for another hour and I would have been fine. Just everybody looking at each other. So, here's the question. Did she do that because Tywin had captured her and taken her back to, had her taken to his room? Did he persuade her to do that? Or was she just doing it out of vengeance? I'm going to choose to think it's a little bit of both. That maybe she enjoyed that a little bit, even though it probably hurt her and it's going to hurt her later on. She probably enjoyed that a little bit, and I'm gonna let her have that. I'm gonna let her have it. I don't fucking care. Happens to see me after we're broken up. Bye. Hated that, and it was gut wrenching, but at the same time, it was really, really satisfying. Cause I'm crazy. I'm being honest with you guys. Like, a little part of me loved it. Yeah, oh, Varys testifying against him though, that was... But he told him, I can't put my head on a spike for you. Like, what happened if I don't lie for you? Or whatever he said before Shade left, He has to. That sucks. Jaime trying to plead for him. I have a feeling Tywin was waiting for him to come to him. He was waiting for that to happen. So he could make Jaime go back home and keep the line going, Definitely. Cersei is an asshole. I hate her. There's no reason. Just like I said, she'll have one episode where you're like, you kind of see into the window of her soul, and then bam! While your head's through the window, she sticks the freaking spike in your head. Dany with the noble man whose father was crucified. As some of you said, I'm sure there were good slave masters who didn't want that to happen. So, they still owned people. They still owned people. You disagree with it so much, and you're one of the oldest, most noblest families in the city, fucking leave. Don't condone the act by staying there. Like, just You want better treatment of the slaves? Whatever. We're not gonna even get on that again. I did feel for him though. Like, you know, nobody wants their father up there like that. So I'm glad she did let that one guy down. One. It's so funny though the way they did it, because they had the first guy come in. Her dragon had like, you know, just decimated his entire like flock, and she paid him ×3. And she sat there so happy, like, look, I'm ruling. You see it? Like her face was so like, I'm being a queen. She was so happy. And then this poor guy comes in like, yeah, you kind of nailed my dad to this cross outside, and it kind of sucks, and we need to bury him. Can I do that? Can it happen? She's like, oh shit. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to actually rule. We gotta see what she's made of, though. We have to see what she's made of. Yara, God, I love her so much. I just love her. I just love her. Okay, Theon has paid for one kid. One. He is so broken. God, she went to get him, and he bit her hand like a dog. He's paid for one kid. Not both of them yet. I'm sorry. I don't forget shit, and it takes a lot for me to give you my forgiveness. No, he killed 2 boys. He's paid for one at this point. Maybe he'll be beheaded and I'll be like, all right, he's paid. But no. One. Let's see. Stannis at the Bank of Bravos. I loved Davos showing him his hand like, no, listen, this man isn't just passing out title. Like, this is how just he is. And he's still standing with him, you know? I love them. I love their bromance. It's great. This is weird, but I'm taking notes like I did in season 2, where it's just like boom, 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 and not much of the page is filled up. With season 3, I took so many notes and everything, and I feel like this season it's just like pretty straightforward. This is just a weird minor observation. Like season 3, for every episode I had notes front and back for every single episode, and in season 2 it was like maybe half a page, and I'm having the same thing so far with season 4. I don't know what that really means. I don't know. I'm not taking as many notes, and I'm remembering things, I feel like, pretty well. Maybe it's because there aren't so many characters being introduced this season. I don't feel like there were that many introduced last season. I don't know. I just feel like everything's pretty straightforward, and it's not much really, it's not thick like it was last season. I don't know, but I'm still enjoying the season. So there's that. So Tyrion wants trial by combat. Is he gonna get Jaime to be his person? Can he do that? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So who would fight for the other side? What time is it? It is 5 o'clock. I don't really have time right now to watch another one, so I'll watch another one tomorrow. This will be up on Friday along with episode 5. So the next time I will see you will be on Tuesday. That's it. Have a good weekend. I will see you later. Bye.